Rasika is a quality lead at IBM India, and she brings 12 years of quality assurance, quality control, process improvement, and software testing experience, whereas Rahul has 15 years of experience in product development, DevOps, and architecture. And the lightning talk, which they are going to give it today, is on the topic adaptive test automation in the agile test cycle. So over to you, Rasika and Rahul.
Hey, thanks a
Hey,
lot.
thanks.
Thank you.
Rasika,
Yeah,
if you can go ahead and share. We saw a lot of CI/CD and DevOps talks already in this last 1 hour, if I can qualify it that way, right? This is a similar topic, but I think CI and CD tools exist, and kind of DevOps automation has been happening for almost some time now. With the increased cycles of delivery, right, with Agile and with all these processes moving so fast, we saw kind of these products were kind of getting released faster, but they were breaking a lot of automation. They were causing a lot of problems for the verifications and doing kind of things correctly, right? So developers were writing code fast. The code was getting created much faster, but things were not kind of coming up. The validations were not happening so fast, right? So this talk is all about that. I cannot see the charts. Have you shared them?
yes.
Is everybody able to see the charts?
No.
The charts are not yet shared.
Okay, let me share again.
Maybe you need to share your entire desktop. Yeah, I think it's coming now.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So this with you put your Jenkins, right? You run it 1,000 times in a day to promote your code, and it kind of crawls and it cries all the way along, right? Because if you look at the even things moved, the development teams and kind of Agile shifted things, right? The test automation frameworks, the CI/CD systems were not shifting, right? They are still pretty much static. They're pretty much with fixed mindset, right? You have already checked in certain code, and even if the use case has changed, where the developer said, okay, because the use case changed because of the feedback in this particular iteration, the automation engineer not being in sync was still trying to validate it the old way, right? So those kind of were causing most number of problems. So what we thought, maybe if you can go to the next chart there. With all these failures, we thought about that we need to shift the mindset. It is not only about tools and processes which can improve things, but it is a mindset change which is needed. That is where the concept or the methodology of adaptive test automation system came in, right? We looked at AI tools. How can the automation tool or automation system understand the use case better and then do test as per the use case and changing requirements from the customer or from the product managers there, instead of just always going to a static file, what was created initially in the project, and then do that particular test case. So the whole methodology and the system is about being smarter and adding smartness to the automation framework rather than adding kind of smartness to only the development process, right? So this covers the most important aspect of validation, where your validations will be done in a way the customers and clients expect it. And if it changes, the expectation changes, the tool also changes. So Rasika can talk more about how it actually happens, but that's the whole idea and that's the solution which we have put in place. Over to Rasika.
Yeah. Hey, thanks, Rahul. Thanks a lot. Okay, now let's see how what is actually ATA approach is. So as Rahul said that we are following this approach from almost 2 to 3 years ago. So what exactly here we want to showcase, we have created a small picture to showcase what exactly we are going now. So in the first picture, we can see that a user is trying to, or a development is trying to check in their code, and there is no gatekeeper or no testing is happening, and he is trying to check in. Now, as a part of ATA process, we have added a gatekeeper. A gatekeeper will check what all new code is coming in, and it will try to verify whether there are test cases available or not. If no test cases are available, cases nothing is available, then signals will get generated and alerts will get triggered. Now we have to generate a test cases and test data, test environments, whatever required to validate the code which is being pushing to the gate or pushing to the release branch is correct or it is tested. So we ATA will help you to generate the code and to generate the test cases for your entire code validation. And once you will generate the code, execute it with some of the Jenkins pipelines, you will get a green signals and you can push back your code to the release branch, and now you are good to share it with either SVT team or some or customer directly, because this is a sanitized code, this is a tested code. We have a bot who is continuously monitoring that the code which we are pushing from personal branch trunks to the release branch is being validated properly. And also at the same time we have a person one matrix generator which will check a matrix should be created for each and every code check-in, whether that code check-in is faulty, whether that code check-in is successful, but we will have a matrix. I have created a small workflow which can give us a more idea how exactly it works. Let me move to the workflow slide. Okay, this is a workflow. We have an example as well. I will try to take that as well. So first we got a PR, developer created a PR, and now the PR is pushed for verification and for getting merged into the master main branch. Now what exactly happened, it will check first whether we have a validation for the code is available or not. If validation for the code is not available and it is not ready, we will generate a not available flag, and we will generate a not available flag. As soon as not available flag will be generated, we have different mechanism available to generate test cases for that. Today we have different AI tools available, RPAs available, which can help us to generate an automation for the modified code. Then we will verify whether data is available or not. If data is available, it will simply move ahead, but if data is not available, we can generate a data based on the keywords and functionality changes which developers had done. And once we'll generate the data, we will validate if the desired environment is available or not. If environment is available, well and good, we will execute the test cases. If not available, then we can request on the cloud whether to generate the environment which is required for the validation process. Finally, last but not least, but we will execute the test cases. If test cases fail, we will reject the PR at that place itself. So there will be no testing or no release required for that. If PR is successful, we are good to go live. Also, along with the execution report, whether it's a pass or fail, we will generate a traceability matrix, which will be helpful for us in case of failure, what exactly we have executed in the past, and if something is missing, we can have it noted. And in case everything is successful, we have a traceability matrix which we can share with different teams or with customers to showcase them these all are tested and this is a successful one report which
Rasika and Rahul, one almost over. Okay, so you got to
uh,
wrap up in 1 minute. Okay.
yes, yes. So moving on to the last slide, this is the last slide which we have. So today we to go with the adaptive test automation, we have different things in the market. We have AI, Selenium, Jenkins, Cloud, which can be easily used. RPA is a best tool which can be used to generate your automation, and it really help you to generate a best way of test automation. That's all from our side. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Rasika and Rahul.